Omajana Timhandasya Tnansla Slaka Sakshan Militamyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini. Namaste Saraswata Devi Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskachai Desatarani. Srila Prabhupada Ki. We will be reading from the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 3. Krishna is the source of all incarnation, text 16. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam nam cheva narottanam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jyamudiyayat. Nastve sabatresu nityam bhagavata sevya bhagavate uttamaslike bhaktir bhavate naistike. So this morning we are reading from the Bhagavatam 1.3.16. Suranam udadim matnatam mandarachalam tatre kamatarupena kriste ekadase vibhu. Suranam udadim matnatam mandarachalam tatre kamatarupena kriste ekadase vibhu. Suranam udadim matnatam mandarachalam tadre kamatarupena krista ekadase vibhu. Word for word translation. Sura, the taste, Suranam of the atheist. Udadim, in the ocean. Matnatam, churning. Mandarachalam, the Mandarachala hill. Datre, sustained. Kamata, tortoise. Rupena, in the form of Priste, shell. Ekadase, the 11th in the line. Vibhu, the great. The 11th incarnation of the Lord took the form of a tortoise whose shell served as a pivot for the Mandarachala hill, which was being used as a churning rod by the taste and atheist of the universe. The 11th, I repeat again, the 11th incarnation of the Lord took the form of a tortoise, whose shell served as a pivot for the Mandarachala hill, which was being used as a churning rod by the taste and atheist of the universe. Purport. Once both the atheist and the taste were engaged in producing nectar from the sea so that all of them could become deathless by drinking it. At that time, the Mandarachala hill was used as a churning rod, and the shell of Lord Tortoise, the incarnation of Godhead, became the resting place, pivot of the hill in the seawater. Omajana Timhandasya Tnansana Slaka Sakshan Militamyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini. Namaste Saraswata Devi Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskachai Desatarani. So this is the 11th incarnation mentioned here that's the tortoise Kurma avatar. That this story is mentioned in the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. There, it starts with the conflict between the demons and the demigods. The demigods, they are always trying to please Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, and they are under the protection of the Lord. But once Indra was receiving honor, puja, Indra puja was going on, and his spiritual master Brihaspati appeared, but Indra and his wife Uma did not come from the throne. They did not come down. They neglected their spiritual master, and Brihaspati disappeared. But the demons, under the direction of Bali Maharaj, who was interesting, was the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, who was a pure devotee. They were doing puja for their spiritual master Sukacharya. And by that they got more strength, whereas the strength of the demigods, because of the offense of Indra, was diminished. And by that, the demons became very powerful. And they were even overruling the heavenly planets. So the demigods were in difficulty, and they appealed for the Lord for protection. And the Lord Vishnu, appeared before them, and they were all offering prayers. And at the end, Lord Vishnu advised them. He advised them to make a truce with the demons. So because by providence, the demons of the time were too strong. So they made an agreement with the demons, a truce, and they agreed to cooperate in the churning of the milk ocean, to churn the nectar of immortality from it. And that would benefit both. But first, they had to uproot the Mandara mountain and bring them to the milk ocean of Svetotwip. And they cooperated together in lifting this mountain. But it was so heavy. And by the effort, many of the demigods and demons died. But then finally, Garuda came. And they put the mountain on the back of Garuda. And also Lord Vishnu appeared, and he revived the demigods who died. That he revived them. And then they were moving the mountain on the back of Garuda. Garuda brought the mountain to the milk ocean. But then Garuda had to appear because they disappear. because they needed Vasuki, the heavenly serpent, big serpent, as a churning rod for the mountain, to move the mountain, and then they would churn the milk ocean. So then Vasuki appeared and agreed to function as the churning rod. But the demigods were at one side, and the other side, the demons. When they started to churn, the mountains started to sink into the ocean. At that moment, Lord Vishnu appeared, and he took the form of a tortoise, and the mountain was put on his back. And then they continued churning the mountain, and the first thing that came out was the Kalakuta poison, that a very poisonous substance. And everyone was afraid for that substance. Just by near to it, one would die. So they approached Lord Shiva for help. And Lord Shiva, in his palm of his hand, he was taking all this. He concentrated first all the poison, put it in his hand, and drank the poison, but he kept it in his neck. Therefore, in his neck there is a blue spot that so when they continue afterward to churn the ocean, and it produced so many living entities. We see Ushaishava, the heavenly horse, came out of it. That also the elephant, the heavenly elephant, which is being used by Indra. Then finally also the goddess of Lakshmi, the goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, appeared. She appeared, and but then the demigods and the demons, they were thinking, yeah, who will she accept as husband? That, but Lakshmi said, I cannot accept anyone who is mortal, and she chose Vishnu. That so this churning went on, and in the beginning, the demigods were at the heads of Vasuki, and the demons at the tail. But the demons said, no, we are very learned in the Vedas, and that we are of a higher position. We should be at the mouth of Vasuki, and you should put the tail. And Lord Vishnu said to the demigods, just let us do that. And they changed positions. But then when they started to churn, fire came out of the mouth of Vasuki, of its different mouths, and it burned many of these demons who died. That's interesting. That, but then finally, Dhamvantari appeared, which we will discuss tomorrow. Dhamvantari. that, and he appears with a pot of nectar in his hand, the nectar of immortality. And immediately the demons snatched the pot from the hand of Damvantai. And the demigods became very morose, depressed. And Lord Vishnu said, don't worry. And Lord Vishnu took the form of Mohini Mukti, his female form, and that's in the form of a woman. And all the demons became attracted to Mohini Mukti. That and they gave, somewhere or other, they gave the pot of nectar to Mohini Mukti. And Mohini Mukti said, yeah, you sit all on a row, in one row, and I will distribute the nectar. Of course, Mohini Mukti started to distribute the nectar first to the demigods. And we know that between the sun and the moon, Rahu, who was a demon, he put himself between the sun and the moon. But then when Mohini Mukti was giving the nectar, he gave it also to Rahu, but at that moment they noticed that Rahu was a demon sitting amongst us. And immediately they cut off his head, but it was too late. His body died, but his head had tasted the nectar and remained alive. So Rahu causes trouble between the moon and the sun, eclipses. That's still going on. So that is, in a nutshell, the story. But the pastime. But then, this is an interesting verse about Kurma, that when it was used as a churning rod, Sura Sendayer Puchavirya Pe Pitam Pari Brahmantam Geriman Rapistata Pipratata Vachtanam Adikachapo Menen Kando Yanam Aprameya. O king, when the demigods and demons, by the strength of their arms, rotated Mandara mountain on the back of the extraordinary tortoise, the tortoise accepted the rolling of the mountain as a means of scratching his body, and thus he felt a pleasing sensation. So for Kurma, it was just a pleasing sensation, an itching, very nice, that the whole mountain. So Srila Prabhupada gave a lecture on that, and he stresses one thing. These are not just stories. This is history. We believe what we can see, hear, and so on, what's within our human experience. And beyond that, we are doubting that, and that's a problem. That because we see everything from our own perspective. But Srila Prabhupada said in this lecture, one can see that all arrangements of material nature and so on, there is a great intelligence behind, a whole plan. how the body functions. We cannot even after so many years that the scientists cannot figure out. They can only observe what happens, but why all this happens? Why does one? Why does the body grow? Why does it get older? That's what makes the heart beating. The Srila Prabhupada makes a point that is, if you have a machine, there is an operator behind. We may not see the operator, but that does not mean that there is no operator. No, that and human life, he says, is meant to know this operator. That and that's an important point. Otherwise, Srila Prabhupada says, we are living like cats and dogs. Human life is meant for Atata Brahma Chishnas, and that means get to know the operator. That and this operator must be omniscient, omnipotent, to make just such a creation. To put in one seed, a tiny seed of a banyan tree, the potency to create an unlimited number of future banyan trees. It's in one seed. That so you see here this Mandara mountain. That in, as a Christian, I heard the expression many times that with faith you can move mountains, but here they are moving mountains, and a big mountain. That and that's interesting. That demigods, they could stand in the ocean, so they must be very big, and these demons also. That so that is because we cannot see, does not mean that they are not there. So we can know the transcendental realm only from the Vedas. The Vedas describes all these histories, which are beyond our understanding. That because these demigods, they are controllers of material nature, subtle bodies. Some they can manifest themselves for humans if they want, otherwise not. That when the kirtan at So Street, when Prabhupada was there, became so ecstatic. The devotees asked after the kirtan, why was it so ecstatic? And Srila Prabhupada said, did you not see? Brahma was there, and Narada Muni. That the Srila Prabhupada could see, he had spiritual vision. That yes. So that requires faith. That faith in the scriptures. That if we have faith in the scriptures and in the instruction of the spiritual master, Prahlad Maharaj, that all the imports of the Vedas will be revealed. That so that faith is very important. That from this pastime, so many lessons can be learned. That sometimes we have providence and something has to happen. Nothing we can do about it. That So the demons were too strong because they were under the guidance of a pure devotee and they were worshipping the spiritual master. That's where the strength comes from, following the instruction of the spiritual master. That's important. So that is one aspect we can learn from this pastime. That see also another aspect is that the demons avajanti manushim tanam manam ashritam. They deride the existence of the Supreme Lord. And Krishna says, Moksha, Moksha, Karmanam, Moksha, Jnana, Vishetasya. Whatever they endeavor for, whatever they want to achieve, they will not achieve it. And we see at the end, they don't achieve what they want. The nectar of immortality goes to the demigods. So that is very interesting. But you see that they make a huge endeavor to execute the order of Lord Vishnu, the demigods, that always following his orders. And yes, they go to the pastime. And Kurma he just keeps up the mountain and feel great pleasure by that. That's the Supreme Lord. Always ecstasy, pleasure in all circumstances. So I will read also now the next verse, Dhanvantari, and then that was tomorrow I will then speak on Lord Nrsimhadev. So, Dhanvantaram tvasa samam trayodasam evacha appayayat shuran anyan moinya mohanya striya. In the 12th incarnation, the Lord appeared as Dhanvantari. In the 13th, he allured atheists by charming beauty of a woman and gave the nectar to the demigods to drink. Because these two incarnations, they are included in this pastime. That Dhanvantari is the demigods who is in charge of all the herbs for Ayurveda and the Ayurvedic knowledge. And in many Ayurvedic practices, they worship the deity of Dhanvantar. Like in Ujjain, they have also a deity of Dhanvantar. That Ayurveda is a natural lifestyle. That I think of all the Vedic writings on Ayurveda, they have 120 or 126 sutras or verses which are left. But it's based on balancing the doshas and create and follow a healthy lifestyle. That there are so many rules by Ayurveda that it does not help to cure diseases which are really terminal or whatever. But it helps to keep you healthy and to have a healthy lifestyle, which will prevent disease. So tomorrow we will speak about Lord Nrsimhadev, and then for next week onwards, I start the Bhaktivedanta course in Vrindavan. And that is in the morning, starts at 6:30 till 8:30. So that's during the course of that I give normally the Bhagavatam class. So from next week onward, I will not be able to give Bhagavatam classes until the 9th of September, when my teaching of the Bhaktivedanta is finished. But I will work on sharing with you the recordings of the Bhaktivedanta course. And I will present a seminar for you on Thursday, and because next week we finish Nectar of Devotion on Thursday and Friday, and the week after I will start presenting a seminar on the teachings of Prahlad Maharaj. And that is more or less a summary of these teachings that I'm presenting for the Bhaktivedanta. So are there any questions, please? Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Very nice class. Thank you. So Maharaj, I had a question about the demons. Even the demons were following their spiritual master, Shukracharya.
Yeah.
And any reason so Shukracharya himself was also not a follower of Vishnu, then I would assume, right? Which is why he did not teach the demons the right things.
I didn't hear the last thing you said because there is some sound on the background, some cat.
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
And asking if Shukracharya himself wouldn't have been the devotee of Vishnu. We can assume that. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, Shukracharya is a seminal teacher. It means that he became a guru because an acharya, because his father was, and he was teaching only Karmakanda, the Karmakanda section of the Vedas, how to enjoy in a pious way. And the demons, they want to enjoy, so they like such a spiritual master.
And a follow-on question. In the present world, I think there are so many atheists. So they not following.
They are not following? I didn't hear the last thing. Seems the connection is broken. But Shukracharya, he was promoting Karmakanda. He was not promoting pure devotional service. And then we will see later Bali Maharaj, when he surrendered to Vamandev, he will reject Shukracharya as spiritual master. But yes, it's a special case, Shukracharya. It's, I think Sanda and Amarka were in the pastime of Lord Nrsimhadev. Sanda and Amarka were his sons. And they were also teaching materialistic things. But anyway, what was more grave, that was that Indrait offended the spiritual master, and he lost his spiritual potency. and all the mercy. And therefore the demigods became weak. That on the instruction of Bali Maharaj, the demons were worshipping Sukracharya. So they were following the instruction of a pure devotee, Bali Maharaj, and that was more important. And they got more strength. That I hope this clarifies. I guess. Good. Then
Thank you, Maharaj.
yeah, we continue tomorrow with the pastime of Lord Nrsimhadev. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Jai Prabhupada. Hare Bol.